Quaestiones Quadium Philosophicae. So this is basically the set of notes that the Newton, the gravity guy, came up with. Back when he was studying at Cambridge, that's the University of Cambridge, not the like Harvard, but in the town of Cambridge. So Newton was like, hey, there's some natural philosophy questions that interest me. Real quick side note, natural philosophy basically means science before we invented science. Newton was so freaking smart, he basically invented the scientific method again in his head, kind of. I don't know if he read much of, like, Francis Bacon or what. This Newton fellow be stealing my ideas! This Newton guy was so freaking smart. This guy figured out Newtonian physics back before Newton well, he was Newton. This guy figured out classical physics and contributed to optics and invented some of calculus, kind of. Like, he came up with Newton's third law and Newton's second and first. And look, he also figured out a theoretical calculation for the speed of sound and figured out the law of Coulomb. But that wasn't even his real job. His real job was being like a government official and doing stuff. But even that was second to freaking alchemy and also biblical chronology. So Newton wrote this freaking big-ass book about the Bible and ancient religions, and basically tried to figure out if, like, ancient Greek and Egyptian gods were actually real. Newton's belief that planets were moved around by ghosts and stuff was probably part of why he came up with the gravity stuff. I mean, when the other guys in the field think that planets are being moved around by freaking midichlorians, it is not that hard to do much better. Newton was probably trying to figure out some alchemy stuff, looking for the philosopher's stone. The philosopher's stone used like it's the sorcerer's stone. These alchemists looking for enlightenment, trying to find their kenosis. So what? You're telling me all the alchemists were just trying to lose some weight here? Come on. We're talking spirals. We're talking conic sections. We're talking all the crazy shape stuff. Look at all this. Look at all this. If you're unusually smart and probably a little arrogant, there's usually 3 things you want to try doing. Chess, quantum physics, and finance. Now, back in the old days, they would also try being a prophet. Now remember, this is the same Bible that keeps predicting the end of days every few years. Newton literally did the thing where you scribble some random Bible math and try to predict the end of the world. Yeah, but forget the alchemy, forget the Bible, forget Atlantis. Newton was particularly big with secret societies. Like, the Freemasons have a whole building named after well, okay, might just be named after Newtonville, which is in Newton, Massachusetts. But you know what else is in Massachusetts? Cambridge, Massachusetts. Pack it in, everyone. Newton was right. The world ends in 2060. Newton was the best. Let us all praise Newton right now. That sure is pretty sacred looking geometry right there.